Get it frozen if we have to, and get it pre-processed.
Get me all the specific. The chairman of Food Processors Fiji Limited, and the CEO, Ben, Director Sugar, senior staff of the company, and friends. I recall being here when I was a kid.
Okay.
That goes back to, I think, mid-1970s. I recall one of my uncles was working for Ministry of Agriculture and in Sanganga on the other side. And when this project started, I think around that time, so government was putting a lot of emphasis then. And I ran this compound here with my brother and my cousins because each time I was in Sanganga, they'll bring me here during the time to make a visit. And at that time, these buildings were all shiny, and it was so pleasing to know that things were green, very nicely kept roads and so on. Though at that time it was all gravel road right from Lambasa. Things have changed, but everything happens for a reason. And today I see that the company, now that since it's gone with government, it's a government commercial company. I was reading statistics that 2008 is with government, and we have to revive this. And I was so pleased when the chairman mentioned to me and asked me if I could be here. I said I'll be very happy to see where it was left when I left Lambasa from probably 35 years ago. Such changes don't happen that easily. It requires a will. It requires a lot of will of government and the likes of the chair and the CEO to make it happen. And at this time, if somebody comes here and sees the place, I know both of you've got a very tough battle on hand with limited resources that you have. The vision you have is very big. So how to change this vision into reality requires a lot of effort, a lot of resources, a lot of money. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of those. But if there's a mindset, if there's a vision, we can accomplish this. If somebody comes here and sees this building, they can shoot a very nice horror movie. But we can change it now. We can change it now. And we should. It's going to create employment. It is going to reduce our food import subsidy. As you know that this right now, the world is shaken up with this coronavirus. There is an issue of serious talks about food. Somebody sent me a picture of a supermarket in New Zealand. The shelves are empty. One of the supermarkets, I don't know which one, but the shelf was empty. And there are already talks here that what's going to happen to our food security. While driving here, I was listening to the news that the importation of tires for vehicles. 90% of our tires is from China. So there's a shortage of tires right now. They're feeling the pinch. So what about our food? On one hand, it just shocks us that what's going to happen, but on the other hand, it creates an opportunity. Every problem, there's some opportunity. And I see this as an opportunity. People must start rethinking how can we plant our own food. I have served as High Commissioner in India, Fiji's High Commissioner in India for 4.5 years, and I've seen how India has transformed itself into a very well food secured nation. Almost close to 1.3 billion people, and the food, there's so much of food. They're the largest, they've become the largest sugar producer, they've become the largest dairy producer, and so on. Here we go to market in a weekend, everyone rushes, but there 7 days is same. And so many people, there's so much of food. We have got abundance of land. Abundance of land. In Japan, yesterday I visited the Fiji rice and I was talking to staff. In Japan, if you drive, there's a small portion of land under a bridge, they plant rice. And we have so much of land, we are not able to. We are importing. I think last statistics I had, we are importing close to $55 million of rice in this country. Why can't we produce our own? It's going to create jobs. But the issues are, as I said, that we need serious will to do that. And here I see, you've got beautiful soil, you've got abundance of land. I think 377 acres of land. So let's cultivate and make it happen. Government is very committed. Work at Ministry of Agriculture, and see what are the challenges we have in front of us. We like to see more of our products fill the shelves of the supermarket than those imported ones. And we import tomato sauce from, I think, almost quite a number of countries.
Yes.
We must take this out. We must produce our own. We can produce beautiful tomato during the time of the season, and we can also look at producing the best of fruits during off season. There are technologies. In India, they produce rice all throughout the year. So what is stopping us? We got beautiful sunshine. Our weather is good. I think there is no shortage of water in this country, and so on. But we must learn how to harvest water. One moment we are saying that we are flooded. Next moment we're saying, in the same year, a few months down, we're saying we have a drought. In some countries it doesn't rain for 5 years, but they don't have issues with water because they harvest water. So there is enormous thinking which is required. How are we going to do it? We have to think outside the box to make it happen. I think at times I would say, and I wouldn't set myself back by saying that our people are getting lazier. They are. And you can see the NCDs. Amputations happen every day. It's because of unhealthy lifestyle. People don't want to resort to this. They buy canned product, processed product. Our supermarket shelves are filled with junk food. So the culture is changing. The children are going, when we go somewhere, we just buy some snacks, fill there, and then take it to a child. Now we don't give them fruits. That culture needs to change, isn't it? We can produce beautiful guava. Right now, I've seen that the Taiwan research has done fantastic research in Suva, and the guavas are this big, and then the price are, they're very expensive. Why can't we grow it? We can, but I think the laziness has come in that we don't plant. Our backyards, everybody has got reasonable size of land behind their home or next to the home. They can plant, but everyone rushes to market. Then let's talk about the commercial sense. Our mindset is just so fixed with producing enough for the municipality markets on a Saturday or on a weekday. We have to go commercial. Farming has to go commercial. We have to mechanize because we have got shortage of manpower. In the sugarcane industry, as I was talking yesterday, there is enormous demand for farm labor because people have moved, we have shortage. So mechanization, getting equipment to do farming. I'll tell you an example. I don't think I've got this on my screen, but otherwise I would have showed you. I visited a plant in a farm in Cairns, next to a sugarcane field. They just do pumpkins, and the turnover per year is 2.5 million Australian dollars, and it's run by only two brothers. That's all. Everything is mechanized. So we have to get into that. We have to look at simple technology. We have to look at low price technology and see how best we can do. We have to learn from others. And if you need expertise, you need to talk to us, so that when we are talking to other governments, we can request for this expertise. Unfortunately, those requests has not come to us. Okay, we need good proposals, good evaluated proposals, good written proposals, good researched proposals that could come and be submitted to Ministry for Foreign Affairs, or even to the Prime Minister's office, or even to the Ministry of Agriculture. Then we will find those expertise for you. There is a lot of work required. If we are going to do things on the normal basis of the normal process, things are not going to happen. We have to put a lot of effort to make it happen. It requires a lot of energy to make this happen. Now we like to see more of these on our shelves. The price of chilies has become so expensive, and chilies really don't require maintenance. but we're not able to do that. Then there are the other crops that we could do. But we are importing. For example, I was told that we're importing urdi. Urdi is is a basic, it's a staple food for us. But we are importing. But we can grow urdi very well here during the off season.
Putting that to the rice farmers and as well as to us too here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our quality of the rice is a good one. It's very nutritious on the rice we grow. So why can't we do it? What is wrong? What has gone wrong? So these are some serious thoughts that we have to ask ourselves, and the Food Processors Fiji Limited, the CEO and chair, we need to also talk to people that, look, you could sell your produce to us, because I think people could be also concerned about where do they sell their product. So if there is a market, let's create that market within ourselves. Let's create that market within Fiji. Look that we need really, we could produce this much, and there's a buyer, there's a guaranteed buyer. Then we could do this. For example, in India, if I can give you an example, in India, 70% of their dairy is from a smallholder dairy farms, which means 4 to 7 cows. Our understanding of dairy is that we must have a very large land and all that kind of thing. Is not. They've got it's simple homes, and they have zero grazing, so they bring food to the cattle, and we can do this. So what really happened? There is a collection, and these trucks go and collect every second day. They have got chillers amongst 4 families or so, and the trucks goes and just pumps it out. So similarly, if we have that kind of collection, then we could collect all those here and do this sort of thing. And nothing to stop you from expanding to the western side. No? I don't know whether you have a factory there.
Not yet, but there is a plan. But we have
There
started.
you go. No? Singatoka is regarded as the salad bowl of Fiji. So if you create these factories around Fiji, then we have got a supply, we've got a demand, we've got a supply. And the supply, demand, and the food chain will be balanced. So this is, the message that I have from the Office of the Prime Minister, and we are happy to assist you in any way we can. I need some serious proposals from you, what is required, and then we'll channel it to the different ministries on how we can make it happen. No? But I'm very pleased with the initiative that you have taken. Is really, you have waken up a dead horse. So let the horse run the race and win it. This is the challenge I'd like to give it to you, and we can make it happen. No? And I look forward to bringing the Prime Minister here once your buildings look much more presentable this year. But I'm sure that you will be able to deliver this. So thank you very much for inviting me. And let's work together. Let's hold hands together and make it happen. Vinaka. Declare this open, and the project is called Back on the Road, which means that we're getting back to where we were some many years ago and go beyond that. So thank you very much. See you. And the chairman.
ना अभी मुझसे बात करने वाले में बहुत टाइम लगेगा संजय लिंक कर we can explore